Hi everyone, this is Ramona coming back at you. I wanted to talk about, we'll cover a topic that I've behind the scenes been receiving some emails from a few different people about my religion and what it is that I follow. The reason why they want to know this is because I have been helping them with a few some ideas of what they can do in order to improve their magic, and also just a whole bunch of stuff that they would ask about, and of course very smart, like, okay, so you're schooling me on this, that, and that, so what religion do you follow? Okay, well, the answer to that is that I don't follow any religion. I've never, ever been one to follow any religion. You put me in a religion, I feel caged, boxed in. When you put me in a religion, that's when I start scuffling and scratching, like, for answers, for questions, because I'm just not a person who follows blindly. And a lot of times, whatever religion that I get myself into, there's not always answers to my questions. The biggest place that I would never get my answers questioned was in Christianity. So I'm not even, so it's not, so as far as Christianity goes, it's not that I am against the teachings of Christianity, because I'm not. It's just that, I have a strong, I think that the people ruin it, number one. They're uneducated. Number two, there's a lot of things in Christianity that I don't believe in, and, that I had to, find the answers myself, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't agree with that, and the other. But, there's only like a handful base of what I believe in Christianity, and it's not enough for me to want to be a Christian. I think that the reason why I'm not Christian, and I may offend other people, but this is not my intentions. This is only my experience. What have you. So I'm not going to go like too much into detail about Christianity, but like what I told you is just that. That goes with any religion. I can't be boxed in. I can't be enclosed. I can't spread my wings, and that puts me in a panic mode, and I think essentially the reason why that is because I know that no one religion is correct. I think that they all are correct on a certain level, and I think that, so just that, I think that they're right on certain things, but not one, is all correct. That's how I feel, and that's just me. And also I think that largely Christianity bleeds into the congregation. So I think like within the church, okay, I think that religion, the teachings there is half the religion, half the people, and you put them together, you get crap, because the congregation's mean as hell. I've never met a kind Christian. I never have. They're really kind when you first meet them, and you start talking, and they're just really closed off to other people's beliefs, and once they find out that you're not a full-blown Christian, like you don't fully accept every teaching that's given inside a church, they will turn on you. They turn on you very, very, and they are mean. Very mean. They'll start tearing you down. These are my experiences, okay? They start tearing you down, and it makes me feel like back in high school, where they're there's Christianity is the popular group. Okay, if you're one of them, a sheep, a follower, hey, you're in like Flynn. But if you're the one who's like completely like, you got your own thoughts, your own ideas about where you want to go and how you feel and how you connect with God, then you are shitted on. You are shunned. You're not accepted. You're evil. You're a sinner, and you need to be plucked from all that is good, because you're lost. You're damaged goods. You're a dent can. And that's how they treat you. It's terrible. And you know, that is just evil. I think the Christians are just so not nice. They're so evil. I've seen and witnessed things from them that it sets me back. Like, enough, where I just said, enough, I'm done. I left the church when I was 14. Well, I should say, I left the religion when I was 14, because that's when I had like a whole slew of questions. And when I was asking my reverend and his wife like these questions, they couldn't answer me, and they were basically telling me just read the Bible, follow it to the T, and mind your P's and Q's. Like, that's not me. This church is not my parents. This is supposed to guide me to a greater good, to you know. The one thing that I did know is that I believe that there is a God. Okay, so that is the one thing that I absolutely knew, that there is a God. But all the go-betweens, you know, church, do I believe in church? Do I believe in the people? Do I believe in a reverend? Do I believe all of that? Do I believe in any of that? I don't believe in any of those. I don't believe that you need it. I don't think that you need to go to church in order to be saved. Sorry, I really don't. I do believe in angels. I do believe in saints. I do believe Mary and Jesus. I do believe in the archangels. I do believe in one omni-God that is broken down, okay, with female, male and masculine and feminine characters. Okay, so God to me is kind of like God to me is like you and I, in one sense, that you know, it has masculine and feminine energies all rolled up in one. That's one, okay? And there are different aspects of, you know, so I would call aspects within an omni-God, but in a person I would call them characters, personalities. There you go, personalities. And we have, you know, our personalities are governed by each emotion. Okay, so there's saints, okay, that are governed by anger. Okay, there's the saints that govern love. There's saints that govern being a mother and a father. There are saints that whatever your stance is in life for all humankind, okay, and your emotions and your thoughts, there's a saint that governs each little characteristic and personality and feeling with, you know. So those are and you would go to the saints in order to pray for whatever it is that you need. Or angels, saints or angels, you would go to them for help, okay? But I also believe that the saints and angels, are also governed by an omni-God, okay? So, God, okay, is broken down with everything they said, different personalities, different aspects. They have masculine and feminine. In this case, because like in Wicca, they follow a god and goddess, or gods and goddesses, okay? Because we all agree on that there's a masculine and a feminine. But what I believe is that there's a one God, okay? And I'm just labeling him as God because that I need to call him something, okay? And then him too, But really, it is a masculine and feminine, okay? And those two masculines and feminine, because everything in life has to have an opposite, okay? It has to have a masculine and a feminine. It has to have an opposite of each other. Everything in this world to keep a balance, okay? And procreation needs masculine and feminine in order to mate. That's just the way things go. Not because you and I say it, but it's because the way that everything is created, you need a masculine and a feminine. Okay? So, but I think with God, he has, or that energy has, you can refer to God as an energy, okay? It has both masculine and feminine. And masculine and feminine are so different from each other, okay? So, a woman, what is it? Okay, so like a woman would have, she's naturally a caregiver, a mother, ruled under emotions, very intelligent, backbone. They are the hearth of they are the hearth of taking care of, you know what women do, okay? And then men, on the other hand, okay, so they're the ones who are also caregivers in the sense that they go out and hunt. They're breadwinners, modern day breadwinners, but back then they hunted. They took care of everything outside of the home, okay? And yeah, that's pretty basically the protector, and to make sure that our physical needs are being taken care of, okay? Okay, so the women inside is, so I don't want to be like, feminist like her, no, but it's true. Women take care of, not literally inside the home, but she does take care of the emotion and the logic that's connected with emotion, and how to connect with each other and be strong as a family. And there's tons of things, and anything that happens within the inside, she takes care of, and he is on the outside taking care of her and protecting her while she does her work on the inside. So they're both so important. You can't have one without the other. It's just, that's the way that it is. God is like that. So you have, God is an energy. It has the masculine and feminine. Then also the male and the female within that God energy. Within that energy, it is true, so that you get it from the Christianity. Christians believe that God is the almighty, angry God. Well, that is true. It is true. That's because it's got one aspect of that. God can be anger. He can invoke. He feels. When like I said, because people are gonna get lost. When I say he, it's not really a he. It's the energy. Okay. So when the energy has the anger, okay, it moves that energy. Okay, and it stirs that energy into whatever, and whatever that anger is stemming from. so be it. Women, so the feminine side of that energy can be very loving, very, very loving and giving and patient, and so they balance each other out on their own, and they complement each other. That's the energy within. That is the facts within this energy, okay? And then we drip down like a ladder. Now we're talking about archangels. We have different levels of angels, okay? And then, so we have the archangels. Those are like the King, Lord, God, boo-boos of all the angels, right? How many are there? I think that there are, oh my gosh, this is where I lose it. I think that there are like 9 archangels, and I'm not going to be able to name them all. I'm sorry, but I'm not. But there's Michael, there's Gabriel, there's, I have a book full of all the angels. Metatron, there is, oh my gosh, I don't like it when I can't think of things off the top of my head. There's one that it's like kind of, it reminds me of sand. Oh, please forgive me. I can't remember. Sandalfoot. I don't know. But I think that there's 9 different angels, and they're archangels, and each angel is governed under a certain kind of aspect, or they have their own certain kind of job, like Michael. And I'm only going to use that one as an example because I can't remember the job, all the other archangels and their jobs. But I know Saint Michael, I use him wholeheartedly, very, very much so. There was a time that I used him more so than now, because I feel safer now. Maybe I'll explain. Ow! I hurt my knee. Maybe I'll explain that another time. But okay, so for example, though, Archangel Michael governs protection. Okay, so he protects you. If you call upon him, if you feel like there's negative spirits in your home, and on a rarest occasion, God forbid, but like demonic energy in your home or what have you. But it's usually just mischievous spirits causing issues in your home, usually. Okay, so now my video is starting to lag, so I'm hoping that this works. Okay, so maybe if I shut this down here. Well, just bear with me, because it looks like yeah, it's still lagging. I don't know, it'll probably work out. But I don't want to go on too much further. Okay, so so we went down to the archangels, and then we have like we have other angels as well. Every individual is assigned a guardian angel, muses, like people, so we have angels that help you with creativity, trying to, open your mind and your heart to be more creative and resolve issues in your life and help you to help others, you know what I mean? So like, especially like an example, you have a child, a teenager, and you're at your wit's end, you don't know how to communicate with this kid, you want to ring his neck, you're like, I love my baby, da-da-da-da. You call in your angels, guardian angels, or your muse, just say your angels in general, like, hey, just please, in my dreams, give me, or even in my awake life, like, just give me, show me somehow that will help me to communicate with my child in a in a way that's going to benefit us, our relationship with each other. Help me, if you want to call on your guardian angels for that sake. So even the angels have different levels as well. So everybody has like their own jobs, you know what I mean? And then we have the saints, okay? Saints are just so important, okay? Alright. So now here's where my pagan beliefs come in. Okay, and actually, by the way, Saint Michael is in Santeria as well. Okay, people believe in different things, but I believe that Saint Michael is married to Anaïsa, and Anaïsa, she is the woman who, she governs like love. You go to her for love and relationships and communication and like that, okay? You go to her for that. So there's different saints that I have. I go to saints all the time. I'll pray to them for help. There's been a long chunk of time that I haven't prayed to a saint because I just feel really, I'm at an area of my life where I feel really great. And I'll explain that. I feel really blessed, and I feel like I don't need the need to, for them to I don't feel the need. I'm going to watch my words because you never know if they're interceding to make things okay in my life. So I constantly do need them to intercede to help me, bless me and my children and my home. But to light a candle for them, specifically asking, doing magic to call upon them to ask them for a specific thing, don't really feel a need that much to do that. Like quite a while now, I do keep the doors open and I talk to them, okay? Now, there are many different saints. This is where Santeria comes into play, because it was one time that I was Wiccan. I did follow a religion, Wicca, okay? And not anymore. Now it's Santeria, which I don't confine myself into a religion, not this, okay? I do go to these saints, or I do go to these saints for assistance. This is where it gets a little confusing to others, but not to me. Okay, this is where just me, trying to figure things out. I was told once that you should follow the religion that your ancestry is connected with, okay? So, I'm half Irish, so I thought that it was so good that, okay, I'm following Wicca, because that is Celtic Wiccan, okay? So, but it just never resonated with me. I don't know why. I do believe that once you practice something long-term, which I did with Wicca, it's going to stay with you forever. You're always going to go back. Just like with Christianity, I practiced for a very long time. Okay, then with Wicca, not as long, but I did practice it very much so. And now I am in Santeria, and then I practice this. So with the three, whenever I feel really desperate and I need help, I'm always going to go back to the three of them, and my religion falls right into my lap when I need it. So if I have a bad spirit in my house and I need to get rid of them ASAP, I crack open my Bible. That's the Christian part of me, that when I need help, I go straight to my Christianity faith, and also that to me it also that's also Santeria too. So I actually call upon Saint Michael to help me out, and my guardian angels. I go to them ASAP. This is the Wiccan and the Wiccan and Santeria. Okay. The Wiccan and Santeria part is I will light a candle ASAP. In Christianity you don't do that. I beg to differ. They actually in church they actually do a lot of pagan rites, but that's another thing. Okay, but can you see where everything that I practice I pull in? When there's an emergency, fire alarm is going off, I'm pulling in the all, because that's my strength, my belief. Okay, that's how you know where you stand. When there's an emergency and you're standing there alone, who do you call on? Who do you call on? Whoever you call on, that is who you're meant to follow. Okay? If it's Jesus Christ, God, if it's Jesus Christ, Mary, and Joseph, okay, you're meant to be a Christian. If you're having issues with that Christianity, figure it out. You need to figure it out. Maybe you don't need to be church, maybe you need to be practicing in your home, but whatever it is that you have an issue with, figure it out, because the truth of the matter is that that's where you belong. Okay, and I know I'm shifting here and there, but okay. So another part of my ancestry is my father is African American, so African. So that was pretty cool too, because for the voodoo. Okay, so that's a whole complication. I'm not going to try to go into another 27 minutes of explaining that. Okay, but that's where the question comes in, like, so what do you follow? I just say that I follow Santeria, and I explain that they don't understand, like when I explain and the Wiccan and the Christianity, but the Christianity / Santeria kind of holds its own within itself, but I can't change what I feel. I don't follow any one religion. Whatever I have to do in order to follow, or in order for me to have a connection to the God energy, God and Goddess as one energy, whatever I have to do in order for me to connect with them, that one energy, so be it. My path is not going to be your path. If there's a trillion people on the face of this earth, which they're not, but bear with me. If there's a trillion people on the face of this earth, there's a trillion different ways of making a connection to God. Just put it that way. Okay? My path is not going to be your path, and your path is not going to be Eve's path, and da-da-da-da-da-da. That's the truth. Okay. So, I was practicing, when I was first learning in Santeria, there are different things that you can, different voodoo, how can I say this, like different saints. There are Christian saints, and then there are voodoo saints, okay? Stemming more from African saints, and not just now this is where I'm not thinking, because it's not just Africa. There's Nigeria, Egyptian, all of those, they have their own different saints, okay? I think that they would call them Orishas, okay? And they have the 7 African powers, okay? Okay, so with the 7 African powers, what I was taught is that the 7 African powers are like kings and queens of, but they are spirits. But they're like the King Lord God Boo Boos of, you know. So just like, so let me put it like this way. Do you know, remember how I had explained that my one energy God is broken down with different aspects in the masculine and feminine, different aspects, okay? Well, with the 7 African powers, it's basically the same thing. They govern and rule tribes. There you go. They govern and rule different tribes, and these tribes they govern different aspects. So a real Yoruba, now this is where I don't know much about that, but like witches, okay, it's known that they have been working with all seven African orishas, 7 African powers, but when they get how do you say, like, I want to say, like, I don't know the word for it, but like when they're like king, they kinged and queened into being a witch, then they are ruled by only one African power. They are governed by that African power. So you might be a king, like a son or daughter of Oshun, or a son and daughter of Shango. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's so difficult. Okay, but they kind of adopt you because they're like, okay, so you're more like this, and we're going to govern you. Okay, but I'm none of that. Me, I'm none of that. And that is why, you know, even though I do have my strong beliefs, I'm not consistently making videos about it. Why? Because I'm not, this is not my, okay, I want to say this without being disrespectful to my saints and my angels and to everything, because I'm hoping that they know my beliefs, where my belief system is at. But there are so many people in this world who practice Santeria, who practice whatever it is that they practice, but it's not that they are so within a religion that they're fanatical about it. And I don't like that word fanatical, but I'm just trying to like say like that they hone in every single day. They're at their altars, lighting for this, praying for this, giving offerings, etc. So they're constantly like really deep into it. I don't necessarily do that. I don't do that. Okay, what I used to, but like within my heart is pure and my mind is pure. I know that they exist. I respect that they exist, and I follow them. And I know that if I ever really truly need any help, I know that I go straight to a saint, okay? Now it does sound very complicated. This is where it does get really complicated, because I pray to. I don't pray. Oh, okay. So please bear with me because this is complicated. Okay, so what I was saying is that, because I kind of jumped from one thing to the other, where I was explaining to you where my ancestry lies is the path that I should follow. So I explained to you that the Celtic path is not, Celtic pagan is not, or Wiccan is not my path. It was for a while to teach me something, and I learned a lot. And also, with the African part of me, this is where I was going to. Oh my gosh, I'm all over the place. With the African part within me, I didn't feel a strong connection with that either. It's weird. I just don't feel a strong connection with the African, but I do feel a strong connection in the faith of Santeria, that all the saints, and now I'm going to and so within Santeria, you know, they believe, you know, either or you are working with a Christian saint, but also you are working with a saint that is, okay, so now I'm kind of confused, because like maybe because I just really never stopped to think about this, but in my mind, to like clear it all up, when I'm praying to a saint, I know that it's a Santeria saint, okay, a saint of Santeria, and that's where I just stop. I don't need to know every, you know, nuance of everything, okay? Because the truth of the matter is that you take one saint, that character and aspect of that saint, you can find that one saint in different religions, okay? So if you take like Anaïsa, you might find her to be just like Oshun, or just like I don't know any other saints that it would be just like Anaïsa. Like Saint Martin would be just like Saint John the Baptist. Do you see what I mean? But those two different things from two different faiths, okay? But they're like the same exact thing. If you read up on them, they're tricksters, and they're really good to. They have like a thing about them that they can persuade people to see their side. They're really good for court, and they're really good for business. You know, try your opponent to soften up on you. Like I would pray to either Saint Martin, which I wouldn't pray to Saint Martin. I would probably go more closer to Saint John. Saint John. Another one from that, like Saint John and Saint Martin, would be, it just popped into my head. Now it's gone again. There was another saint that I was thinking about. I can't remember. But it was just, but do you see what I was saying? Like, it's similar, but from different walks of life. Like, so to me, maybe these saints, like if you, so Ma'at, she's in Egyptian saints, okay? Same thing, like you would go to her for like the same thing. She follows under the same thing. She was good at, you know, persuading people to see her side, and good for business and court and all that business, okay? So that's what you would pray to. You know, so there's three that's just alike, but one is Egyptian, one is African, and one is Santeria, okay? And I know that Santeria has Cuban and but do you see what I'm saying? So I don't necessarily, just, for your own sanity or like your own connection, your own way of wanting to think about it, then there is a difference. There's Santeria, there's Egyptian, there's African, but I think that really, no matter what names you give them, it's like the same saint. It takes me a while to get things out, but yeah. So, like, here's another example. If I wanted to do some magic about love, okay, I would probably I can go to Anaisa. I can go to Venus. Who else governs love? Oshun for love. Who else? There's this one I'm not going to know, but there's a Celtic one. There's a Celtic saint that you can go to for love. I don't know who it is. Ceridwen? I don't know. I really want to know. Okay, but do you understand? Like, they may have different names, but I think that they all, it could be just one saint, one belief. So, to me, like, it just makes me feel better to say, I'm not Latin. I'm not Latin. But I do feel the connection. I feel better. That's where I'm at. I like following Christianity / like a voodoo, Santeria voodoo. The saints, that's where it makes me happy, and that's where I'm going, and that's where I feel most protected. Anywho, so I know that took a long time, but that's my take on it all. I'm waiting for a call, but so yeah, I don't think that I want to sum everything up by saying this, is that really what's most important is, the only thing that you need to know really is you do have a ruler. You are being ruled. There is a God energy. Okay? However you want to see the God, blessed be. Okay? That's fine. But no matter how you get there, no matter what steps take you there, but always remember that there's something bigger outside of you. It's not just you. Yes. Okay, so yeah, and I'm just trying to, remember everything I said. My coffee's probably cold now. Yucksville. I reheated that coffee like I don't know how many times, and now it's just like ugh. So my neck's hurting. Okay, so you just need to find your own path, just to God. I don't think that you have to follow just one religion, but if that makes you feel safe, it makes you feel that you need to be within see, that's my own thing. Like I say, if you feel like you need to be confined and boxed in, so be it. But to other people, that's not how they see it. That just goes to show you how serious I am about how I feel about being in a religion. It's just very confining, and I feel like really boxed in. But if you feel safe, it's like a safety net for you, and you feel like a guidance to be in a religion, to get to God, to understand your connection in this world, so be it. Okay, so I'm just going to wrap this up, and so now you guys know what I believe in. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed my video. Yeah, okay, love you, bye.